Imagine your sister disappears. At first you panic. You call her. No answer. You visit her boarding house. She's gone. You go to her office and ask where she was transferred. And they look at you strangely. She told you she was transferred. But she was never transferred. She resigned months ago. So you do what any family would do. You post her photograph online, write her name, ask strangers to share it. Please help us find Yupi. Then suddenly, your phone rings. It's her. You recognize the voice immediately. Your missing sister is alive, but she isn't crying. She isn't asking for help. She's furious. Stop looking for me. Delete the posts. Leave me alone. I'm an adult. I have a new boyfriend. I'm living in Jakarta now. And when you threaten to report her missing to the police, she threatens you back. If you report me, I will never come home. So eventually, you stop searching. Because it was her voice. You heard it yourself. What you don't know is that every time you post her missing photograph, the man beside her hurts her again. And when she tells you to stop searching, she isn't angry. She's trying to survive the phone call. Tonight we're going to talk about Yuvita Tri Rezeki. Yupi, the Indonesian woman whose own family heard her voice for years because she was being held captive by a man named Taufik Hidayat. Part 2, as we have new development from the case. Welcome to the podcast, You Can't Unhear. Yuvita Tri Rezeki is from Rangkekek in Bandung Regency, West Java. Her family calls her Yupi. Some neighbours know her as Vita. She was educated. She had a bachelor's degree in accounting. And according to her family, Yupi wasn't someone who simply disappeared without saying anything. She was close to them. After graduating, Yupi worked at a food factory. Initially, she worked around Rangkekek. Later, she was transferred to the Pasteur area of Bandung. Even after moving for work, Yupi made time to come home. Weekends, family visits, video calls. She would call her sister-in-law, Melanie, just to ask about her nephew. She was the kind of aunt who wanted updates. The kind of daughter her parents were proud of. And importantly, Yupi was helping support her family. She was one of the people they depended on. The last time her family remembers seeing her under normal circumstances was around Eid al-Fitr in 2024. Nothing seemed wrong. She was still working, still cheerful, still Yupi. Then one day, Yupi uploaded a photograph of a man to her WhatsApp status. Melanie noticed. New boyfriend? Yupi said yes, and she seemed happy. She asked her family to pray that the relationship would last. She told them he was a good man. According to reports surrounding the case, Yupi had met him around 2023 at a music event in Bandung. The man introduced himself as Yuda. At first, there was nothing obviously terrifying about him. He visited Yupi's family home. He met them, behaved normally. The family even asked Yupi to bring this Yuda home properly so they could meet the man she was dating. And she did. It was a short visit. Formal, nothing dramatic. Then Yuda took Yupi back toward Pasteur. Her family watched them leave. They didn't know that would be the last normal time they saw her. Because Yuda wasn't actually Yuda, his name was Taufik Hidayat. And according to investigators and reporting around the case, Taufik already had a history of violence. He worked as a debt collector. People around him described him as temperamental. He reportedly liked to associate himself with a mass organization, something that could make him appear intimidating. And this wasn't the first relationship in which violence had become an issue. Reports said Taufik had previously been married. That marriage ended after allegations of physical abuse. He had reportedly been involved in a previous criminal case connected to violence against his former wife. People from his home area also described a history of aggressive behavior. Even his own father had allegedly experienced violence from him during an argument over money. So when Yupi told her family, he's a good man, they were meeting one version of Taufik, the version Yupi had been allowed to see. Not long after that last family visit, Yupi told everyone she had been transferred again for work, from Pasteur to Majalengka. It sounded believable. She had already experienced a work transfer before. Why would the family immediately suspect anything? Yupi said she had gone directly from Pasteur to Majalengka. She didn't have time to stop at home. She took her clothes and left. At first, communication continued. The first month, there was news. The second month, less. By the third month, messages became rare. The fourth month, maybe one update. Then, nothing. 5 months. No Yupi. The family started feeling that something wasn't right. Her eldest brother Afif decided to investigate. He went to Yupi's old boarding house in Pasteur. He wanted one simple thing: her new address in Majalengka. Maybe the landlord knew where she had moved. But when Afif entered the boarding house, he found something strange. Yupi's belongings were still there. Her things, her possessions, are left behind. According to the landlord, Yupi had disappeared from the boarding house a long time ago. She had taken clothes, but much of everything else remained. So Afif went to Yupi's workplace. He asked about the transfer, and the answer changed the entire story. Yupi had never been transferred to Majalengka. There was no transfer. In fact, Yupi had resigned months earlier. And according to co-workers, Yupi wasn't even the person who personally delivered her resignation. A man did. Her boyfriend. Before Yupi disappeared, one co-worker remembered finding her crying in the office bathroom. Yupi allegedly admitted she felt uncomfortable with the man she was dating, but leaving wasn't simple anymore. Because by then, Taufik had started controlling her life, her motorcycle, her movements, her money. If she needed to go somewhere, he could pick her up, drop her off. Know where she was, know when she arrived. One possession at a time, Yupi's independence was disappearing. And her family had no idea. But now Afif knew something was wrong. The family began searching. They posted Yupi's photograph online. Missing person announcements. Please share. Please contact us. Have you seen this woman? And then, Yupi called. After months of silence, suddenly there she was. Her voice. Angry. Why are you posting my picture? Delete it! Stop searching for me. She argued with Afif. She told the family she had already broken up with Yuda. She had a new boyfriend now. She was in Jakarta, working and fine. And she wanted everyone to leave her alone. Imagine being her family. Because this is where the case becomes psychologically terrifying. If a stranger had messaged them, they wouldn't believe it. If Taufik had called, they would suspect him. But this was Yupi. So the family started questioning themselves. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe she wants a different life. They deleted the posts. But the feeling never disappeared, because Yupi wasn't like this. So eventually, the family threatened to go to the police. "We'll report you missing." And Yupi responded with something even more frightening. "Just try reporting me. If you do, I really won't come home. You'll never see me again." The family froze. Search for her and risk pushing her further away. Stop searching and live with the feeling that something was wrong. For more than 2 years, they remained trapped inside that question. And the truth was happening behind locked boarding house doors. According to the case allegations, Yupi's calls were being made under threats. Taufik was controlling her. Every time her photograph appeared online, every time the family started searching again, Yupi suffered. So when she called them sounding furious, that anger was survival. Taufik was close enough to make sure she said it correctly. During those missing years, Yupi was allegedly moved between boarding houses around the Bandung area. Reports suggested they moved regularly, sometimes after only a few months. New room, new neighbours, new landlord. Before anyone could ask too many questions, move again. And inside those rooms, Yupi's world became smaller. First, her movement, then her money, then her phone, then her sight. According to the allegations described by Yupi's family and investigators, Taufik repeatedly attacked Yupi's eyes. Her injuries became so severe that her right eye was eventually considered beyond saving. Her left eye developed a serious infection, with doctors fighting to preserve whatever vision might remain. Think about what losing your eyesight does when you're already trapped. Even if the lock opens, where do you run? Yupi's body carried years of injuries. Her head had severe infected wounds. By the time she reached hospital care, doctors found serious bacterial infection, pus, and maggots in wounds around her head. Her face had suffered extensive trauma. Her teeth were damaged. Her lips were injured. Her body carried burns and other wounds. And doctors at Hasan Sadikin Hospital would eventually assemble a multidisciplinary medical team of around 40 specialists to treat her and plan reconstruction. But Taufik allegedly did something else to Yupi. He tattooed her, words declaring her love for him. His image, his name attached to her body, as if she were property. During captivity, Yupi was reportedly given very little food, sometimes only once a day. She slept on a bathroom floor. When Taufik left for work, the room could be locked from outside. And Yupi learned something very quickly. Don't scream. Because people can hear screaming. And if people hear, they might ask questions. So if Yupi made noise during the attacks, the violence became worse. Eventually, she learned to suffer quietly. March 9th, 2026. Taufik rented a room in Chinunuk. The boarding house caretaker, Pak Ressa, would later say Taufik introduced Yupi as his wife. But there was something strange from the beginning. Taufik couldn't provide proof of marriage. And Yupi didn't enter the boarding house like a healthy woman moving into a new home. She arrived at night, her face covered, and needed support to walk. She could barely move by herself. After that, residents almost never saw her. The door remained closed, sometimes locked from outside when Taufik left. Then came the sounds, the thumps against the wall. Residents heard it. Not screaming, not someone asking for help, just impact. Again and again. When people asked Taufik about the noise, he reportedly had an explanation. His wife had headaches. Sometimes she hit the wall, and people accepted it. Or maybe they simply didn't want to become involved. Because Taufik was intimidating, a debt collector. Someone reportedly seen carrying a machete. And this is one of the most uncomfortable parts of Yupi's story. The room wasn't hidden underground. It wasn't in an abandoned forest. There were neighbors. People heard sounds, noticed the door, saw how covered Yupi was. But everyone had a reason to hesitate. And inside that room, Yupi continued disappearing. Not from a city, but from the people standing a few walls away. By June 2026, her condition had deteriorated severely. The wounds around her head were infected. Fluid leaked from them. The smell inside the room became impossible to ignore. Eventually, the boarding house caretaker realized this was not normal. Yupi needed a hospital. On June 10th, she was taken for medical treatment. Initially, she was brought to Ujung Berung Hospital. Her injuries were too severe. She was referred to a bigger hospital, Hasan Sadikin Hospital in Bandung. And when doctors saw Yupi, they started asking questions. What happened? Yupi hesitated. She said she had fallen in the bathroom, but doctors could see the injuries. A fall doesn't explain years of trauma. A bathroom accident doesn't explain severe infected wounds with maggots. The story didn't fit the body in front of them. The hospital needed to contact Yupi's family, but the boarding house caretaker didn't have their number. Taufik was still nearby. And somehow, the man accused of keeping Yupi away from her family became the person who called them. Yupi's father received a phone call from an unknown number. His daughter was in hospital. After years of uncertainty, they had finally found her. But nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to see. Her father reportedly fainted. The woman in the hospital bed barely looked like the daughter who left home years earlier. Her face, eyes, injuries, body. Her family struggled to recognize her. And according to the story shared by her relatives, one of the things that helped them identify Yupi was a familiar movement, a gesture with her hand. Something small, something Yupi had always done. And Yupi apologized. That's the part of this case that I find hardest. She apologized to her family. She worried they wouldn't accept her anymore. She worried about the tattoos. Her appearance. Her condition. She asked if her parents still wanted her as their daughter. For years, Yupi had been controlled, isolated, injured, and allegedly threatened into pushing her own family away. And when they finally found her, she thought she was the one who needed forgiveness. That detail broke me. Meanwhile, Taufik disappeared. According to the boarding house caretaker, Taufik tried to intimidate him around the hospital area. Security became involved. Taufik fled. The case exploded across Indonesian social media. Yupi's photographs spread. Her story spread. Police launched a search. The West Java Regional Police formed a joint team. Taufik was placed on the wanted list. And West Java Governor Deddy Mulyadi publicly announced a 250 million rupiah reward connected to finding him. For days, Taufik remained ahead of the search. Raids, information, possible locations. Then, gone. Until June 23rd, 2026. Around 6:30 in the evening, police arrested Taufik in Majalengka, Bandung Regency. Reporting said a former employer had helped persuade him to surrender rather than continue running. And when Taufik appeared publicly after his arrest, people noticed his expression: smiling, smirking, casual. According to reports, Taufik tried to explain some of the violence by saying he had been drunk, an accident. But there is a problem with the word accident. An accident happens once, maybe twice if someone is incredibly careless. But according to the allegations in Yupi's case, this happened over years. You don't accidentally build a prison around another human being for years. Today, Yupi is still receiving treatment. As of early July 2026, Hassan Sadiqin Hospital reported that her overall condition was improving. A team of doctors has been involved in treating the severe infections and planning reconstructive procedures. Her medical journey is not over. Her right eye reportedly cannot be saved. Doctors are still working around the damage to her left eye. But Yupi is alive. And after everything, she is still talking about the future. She wants to see again. She wants to work again. And if traditional work becomes difficult, she has talked about selling things from home, a small business, a way to rebuild a life. Because Taufik allegedly spent years reducing Yupi's world to one locked room, and now she is slowly making that world bigger again. Yupi has said that during the darkest moments, she surrendered herself to Allah. When she thought she might die inside that room, her prayer wasn't about revenge. She thought about her family. She hoped that how death came, she could leave in a good state. She didn't want her family to see her in a condition that would destroy them. But Yupi survived. She was just trying to make it through another night. And maybe this case should make us think about the sounds we ignore, the locked door we notice, the neighbor we haven't seen for months. And if someone you love suddenly becomes unrecognizable in the way they speak to you, maybe don't only listen to the words. Listen to what might be hiding behind them. Thank you for listening. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe. I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.